What's up, Motos? We are here outside of 73 Moto, aka the new Ace Cafe Sanford. Steve and I sat down. We're going to give you the full story on Ace Cafe Sanford so you have the full picture of what's coming. So check it out. All right, everybody, we are here at the 73 Moto store, which is empty right now. And I'm sure everybody has heard that there's some exciting things happening here, whether you know where it is or you know the story behind it. We've had some news articles about us, some news stories on TV about us that didn't tell the full story. So we wanted to take the opportunity today to give you the full and true picture about what is happening at this building where 73 Moto store was. This historic building in downtown Sanford. I'm Sean.
I'm Steve.
So Steve and I have known each other for a while, about maybe a year or so. And I met Steve because he was representing a very cool brand that was affiliated with Ace Cafe. When Steve and I met, we would have laughed if somebody said you guys are going to be doing an Ace Cafe together next year.
Yeah.
So the story behind it is really crazy. A lot of synchronicities happened to bring it to this building that we're sitting in right now. So I feel like it's meant to be. So Steve, why don't you just give us a little bit of background on what we're doing and what people can expect, and
Sure.
just tell us the story so that everybody has the real story instead of a 20-second news story.
Yeah. Well, to pick up on what Sean said, actually, I think we've known each other a bit longer than you, probably a couple of years, and here's why. We got introduced through a mutual friend, and Sean had 73 Motos and needed some motorcycle apparel, and I happened to be the brand manager for one called B-Twin Brands. And we started to do business like that. We started to talk, about a lot of things, from cars to bikes to rock and roll and so on. We had, mutual interests, and then it, became a question where, Sean asked me, did I think that we could make this into an Ace? Now, this was after Ace Cafe Orlando closed in May of 23, for those of you that may know a little bit about me, I was one of the founders of Ace Cafe Orlando, and was fortunate enough to be there when we decided to put it in Orlando. And the Ace in Orlando ran for 6 years at its location in downtown, but it never owned the property. It was always under lease, and it was always going to come due in May of 23. And when it became time to essentially the lease was up, Ace decided to basically pack up shop and leave. Not only Orlando or Florida, but the U.S. The license reverted back to London, where it lives with the mother brand, Ace Cafe London. And when Sean asked me, did I think that this could become an Ace, we made the call to London to see if there was a license that was available for Sanford and in the grander scheme for Florida. And there was. And so we set about to try to secure that license.
And one of the big things that everybody asks or maybe assumes is, the affiliation with Orlando is non-existent, other than that we were lucky enough to have Steve get involved in the Sanford Ace. But as far as what went on in Orlando and what Orlando was, there's no affiliation with Orlando, with the team that was in Orlando. There's some great people there that, we're reaching out to try to see if they want to come back and live the Ace story again, the passionate ones that love the brand. But, we are not Ace of Orlando that picked up and moved into Sanford. We just were lucky enough to find the opportunity and be in the right place at the right time to do this here.
Yeah. Like I said, I launched Ace in Orlando, but left within 8 months. So we opened in May of 2017. I'd launched it and then moved on by Christmas that year. So whatever happened from 2018 to 2023, I was not involved in. And so I say that only to say that, when it was under my direction and my tutelage, I was very involved in the day-to-day and very involved in the car shows and the car owners and the bike owners and the rock shows and the guests. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a place where guests love coming, whether you like a bike or a car or a rock show, if you're not coming there to be warmly welcomed and then thanked when you when you leave.
Perfect timing on that song.
That's my phone. That's my wife calling. Yeah, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take that shit from the people. But anyway, the point was that if you're not going to do that and take care of the people that take care of you, then you got a bit of an issue. So that's not what we're doing here. And that's why we wanted to make it clear in that this is an all-new Ace. This is Ace Cafe Sanford. It's not a relaunch of Ace Cafe Orlando. We're going to do things to honor the legacy of Ace Cafe London here in Sanford. And we're going to do our best. And we're going to welcome people in, and we're going to thank them when they leave. Because that's what I would want to do, and that's what Sean would want to do. So that message needs to get out. The media can sometimes, take the easy road. Oh, Ace Cafe Orlando is moving to Sanford. No, we're not. Or the owners of the Ace in Orlando are now going to set their sights on Sanford. That's not what's happening.
A couple of the reporters ran the story without even talking to us, and so, that's why we wanted to tell our own story here.
Yeah, and it's an exciting story. And you know what? It's two guys that came together. Like, we had no plan. It wasn't like, hey, we're going to do this as soon as, another Ace closes. It was by chance. It was
by
karma.
Synchronicity, honestly.
Yeah.
So when I heard that Ace Orlando was closing and I had opened 73 Moto, I'm like, oh, well, that's sad, but let me go down there and see if I can buy some stuff. So I went down there with a trailer, think I'm going to leave with, motorcycles and all this stuff. When I went in, most of the stuff was gone. I do have some of the original artwork. And as I was leaving Ace Orlando, I looked up and the big Ace Orlando sign was just smiling at me. And I thought, there's no way I can get that sign. I wanted to just get it and put it in this building here, which I'll show you in a bit. I just wanted to put it as an homage to Ace. Never had thought even possible that I would have the capacity to be able to do an Ace. And then, as time went on, I started thinking, well, is it possible? And I called Steve. I said, hey, man, there's no way that I would attempt to do this without you, but this is what I'm thinking. Is it possible that we are able to do an Ace Cafe, official Ace Cafe in Sanford?
Yeah. And I was like, I was stunned for a minute. I was like, what? But
he hung up on me, actually.
So it's all Sean's idea. But anyway, but once we kind of, really started to talk about what we were going to do here, I knew there was a love of the brand. I didn't know how much, was still there, after 6 years of being in Orlando. But Sean's a bike guy. He's already doing car shows. He already loves rock shows. So if there was ever a guy that, fit the Ace brand, I luckily kind of already knew him. And he was asking me, did I want to be a part of something that I loved, but hadn't been part of for, 6 years. And so, and we could do it in Sanford, which is another, kind of karma, kismet type of thing, because Sanford is a great place.
Steve came up with the tagline. What do we call that?
Which one? Oh, the kind of the
all roads.
Yeah, the nexus of Central Florida. Yeah, but because the roads all lead here now. With what's happened with I-4 construction and with 429 extension being opened, and 417 and a straight shot in on 46, and it's none of the challenges that downtown Orlando had, because Sanford's already built. It's already a small town. It's already got foot traffic, and it's got clubs, and it's got places to eat lunch and dinner, and there's a nightlife, and there's places to go eat, and there's places to shop, and there's places to enjoy music, and there's already car shows, and there's already bike gatherings. So this is a great spot, and this building that you already own, on land that you already own, makes it even sweeter, because now we can do what we really want to do and welcome all of those who share the passion of fast-moving metal, but at the same time want to come to a cool place to eat and and hang out and maybe see a show or just have a place to shop or whatever. So that's another great thing about being offered the opportunity to open this in Sanford.
And we're doing it, at least I'll speak for myself, but I like to do things that get me out of bed in the morning. You know, I don't want to be the 9-to-5er that plays golf on the weekends. You know, I want to do stuff in my life that gives me joy and excitement and gets me out of bed in the morning. And that's why we're doing this. You know, we're building the Ace for everybody that's like-minded, you know, like us, that love rock and roll, that love motorcycles, that love old cars or new cars, and that love cold beer, and, you know, and just love to come together and have a place. This is your home.
Yeah, and you know what, you're right, because, you know, at this point when you've kind of gone through other careers and other places you worked, you know, you just want to work with good people. You just want to make something really cool, and you just want to have fun, and that's where we are on this. And I'm so glad that you asked me that question about could we make this an Ace, because I was not of that mindset until you started to really warm me up to this idea. And then I was like, wow, you know what? This could be a very cool Ace. And this room, even though it's May 29, 2024, that's today. We're not even under full construction yet. We're in permitting, but we wanted to capture some moments. And then we'll capture the kind of the time lapse of this building becoming the Ace. But at this moment in time, it's an exciting prospect to know that we have the license. We are all guns blazing. We're moving forward, and there's going to be another, video of this when we can turn the camera around and go, and here it is.
Right.
So it's exciting.
Yeah, and it's a stressful part right now is dealing with the permitting. Our plans are done. Our plans are drawn. We are pretty far ahead of the game, but there is no timeline yet, and that's just because we're in permitting. Comments are coming back, and those things, they take time. We're doing it right. We're putting all new air conditioners in here, all new plumbing, all new electrical, but the historical integrity of this building will remain. Wait till you come in and see the floors. Wait till you come in and see the old brick. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Sanford also is it's free parking here, right? It's got a wide open downtown. There's life here that exists without the Ace, and so we know that by bringing this iconic brand to this kind of downtown landscape, it's just going to do more for the downtown. We're excited to be a part of it, and it's something that is very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. And frankly, we didn't even make the announcement. It was kind of made for us. We had socials.
Let's not tell that story. I screwed up.
Yeah, Instagram. We're like, okay,
whoopsie.
We signed the deal. Okay, we should probably go get all the URLs and all the social channels and all the names. We should probably secure those now. That's what he was doing, and doing a few tests, and oops, left it public. And the next thing you know, somebody knew something and asked the question, what's going on with this 73 Motos location? And then somebody said, oh, I found out that they filed a permit to hang an Ace sign. Oh man, then it was on. And
it was fun though, watching all the stories unfold
Yeah.
without having all the information of where they thought it was going to be over here.
Yeah.
They thought it was going to be here, and I was just, so we've been waiting eagerly to be able to tell this full story, and
and then it was told.
Yeah.
And then on one night, literally, he was like telling a couple guys, hey, can you check this and follow it and make sure it works? And we had 14 followers on one night. And then it wasn't even 24 hours. I think within 15, 16 hours, somebody texted me and said, hey, great job on your socials. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's 550 people that just followed you. What are you talking about? I look at them like, oh my God, Sean, there's 550 people. And they're all saying stuff. But so this love of the brand was clear and it was apparent, but it was so amazing to see that. And I'm like, uh-oh, we don't even have a timeline. Everyone's going to want to know, when are we opening? We don't even know. So let's not say anything. And then all these stories started to pop up, and people are interviewing other people that have nothing to do with us, talking about stuff that they know nothing about because there was an interest from the media. And then so finally, you know, I was like, okay, Sean, I think maybe, you know, and another 36 hours, there's over 1,000 people on our Instagram and our Facebook. And I'm like, maybe we should say something just to let people know that it's real. And then we posted a picture, and then it went super crazy. And then the Sentinel called, and then I was like, uh-oh, we can't duck the Sentinel. You know, they're going to write a story without us, and they're going to tell a story that is not ours. So let's just get in front of it, and let's tell it. And then we did, and so here we are. And it's only been in like a week or so. And
yeah, so we're going to, I think that we should do, you know, periodic updates from Steve and I will sit down, and we'll do an update, and follow our Instagram at Ace Cafe Sanford. Look for all the socials. They're out there now. They'll be out there if they're not out there. But we'll do updates from time to time. You know, there's not going to be a whole lot of exciting stuff, I think, in the next coming weeks. But we'll try to get some information out there. I'll give you a quick little, you know, 360 of the building, and but we're not going to show you everything yet. We're not going to show you everything yet. We're not going to tell you everything yet, because there are some really, really cool things that we're working on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we look forward to seeing you at the Ace.
Yep. See you at the Ace.
Here's another sneak peek. I'm going to do a video on this bike. Currently my favorite bike, dare I say, my favorite bike that I have. This thing's badass. So make sure you subscribe and follow along for that video coming soon.